Morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday, but I did not need to be in my institution, so I worked from home yesterday. Beautiful. I mean, the luxury of doing so. How I wish that was my everyday. Yeah, I can go in when I want. So it's the second day of the week, but the first day I'm actually going in. And it feels great. It really does. It puts me in some kind of control for the first time in a long time. That's not what I want to talk to you about anyway. Today, what I'm about to discuss can be applied to all walks of lives, but the most applicable is those of you who are starting businesses and ventures. Okay? When you start anything, when you are working on anything progressive, you need a mindset shift. If that shift happens, progress happens. If that shift doesn't happen, you are in trouble. So let me explain how this works so that we are all clear. It's the notion of working on it and not in it. So let's use the obvious example, business. I run a business as a coach. To work in my business is to take the consultations, is to teach the lessons, is to run the sessions. That's me working in my business. I am an employee of my business. I'm working in my business. If my effort is all focused on working in the business, what doesn't happen is strategy. What doesn't happen is strategy. Strategy is what happens when you work on your business. So let me explain. When you work on your business, like I have been working on my business this weekend. I haven't worked in my business much. I haven't taken a lot of consultations. I haven't done any of the deliveries. But I have been working in the back end, setting up systems, setting up programs. And that's how this week is going to be focused, working on my program, on my systems. By the end of this week, I would have systems that should allow people to work independently on my platforms. I should have more support available. I've been working on training the chatbots and AI assistants. That is working on my business so that I can avail AI assistance to my clients. And what that would mean is that my clients will get served without me needing to be on the clock. That means that when my business is ticking off, I can also continue to do the rest of my life, whilst people who have paid for services still receive the services they've paid for without me needing to stop. That is working on my business, not working in it. And it's the better thing to do. It's the better thing to do because it's the strategic thing to do. It allows you to make better use of my time and manpower. And it doesn't catch me in dealing with mundane that may not change outcomes significantly. It is so important that you clarify the meanings of these two things and you operate in the understanding of the difference in meaning. My coaches used to have this conversation with me early on. Amma, you should work on the business. I'm like, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm taking clients. And my coaches are like, no, don't take clients. But you said I should work on the business. Yes, we said work on the business. But it took such a long time to understand the difference between on and in. Just the preposition and meaning flick and the outcome transformation behind the two mindsets. In the same thing, you are doing a master's program. Very nice. You can work in your master's program by jumping in and working like a headless chicken, reading this, reading that, not writing much, not knowing what you're doing. You are working in the program. working in the program, running around. To work on your masters is to understand that your masters and its success will require strategy from you. It will require recognition of the fact that you would need to work on your thesis at some point. And it will work in your favor for you to align your other assignments to the topic of your thesis, so that the reading you are doing, the writing you are doing, all the research you are doing now can help you later on when you get to your thesis. The people who work on their studies do that. The rest of us who don't work on our studies and we work in our studies, we just pick anything random for our assignments, then we read about it. Then assignment 2 comes, and there's another random thing, we read about it. We've been reading for a long time and we are scattered in directions. After reading and writing a few assignments, it's finally time to write a thesis, and you are clueless. You do not know what the hell you are doing. You don't know the first place you're going to start to get. You don't understand a thing. You've been working in your studies. You didn't have the good sense to work on it. Your colleagues who have understood that they've got to work on their studies sit down and they map things out. They have a strategy and they execute the strategy effortlessly. And when time comes, they will be miles ahead of you. They will be more comfortable in getting the outcomes they desire. There will be less panic because they are more strategic. They have been working on the business, on their studies, on strategy, whilst those who don't have this foresight work in the moment, work in time, work in situations, are absorbed by situations, not necessarily effectively outputting anything. When you work on your business, you will start looking at aspects of your business that require intervention. And for most people, it might be learning marketing systems, finding marketing systems, figuring out marketing systems, and setting up marketing systems. Like I said, instead of taking client home, instead of being on the shop floor selling. When you are on the shop floor selling, you are working in your business. You are working like a salesperson. When you are deciding on which systems you should use, and when you are setting up your new inventories, when you are building the new cash register and linking it in with your other systems, integrating your systems, so that people who buy from you and give their receipts, and they give their email address for you to email the receipts, naturally go into your ecosystems. And you set up your automation so that these people will get contact from you quite regularly. And you use these systems to draw them into your ecosystem so that they become loyal, long-standing customers without you necessarily needing to use a cash register yourself, without you needing to call them yourself. That is working on your business. People who are working on their businesses right now are busy training voice agents. Yeah, voice agents. They are setting up voice call agents who will call their clients, and they are training these voice call agents AI voice, so that AI voice makes the outbound calls for them, not them themselves making those calls. Those people are working on their business. Those of you who are busy taking the calls and writing everything down and following up, you are working in your business. And those who are working on their business are going to go ahead of you, because that's how it works. That's how it works. Those who are working on their business, apart from inbound AI agents, they are also training outbound. So they have AI agents trained who can now make phone calls on their behalf. And now with voice clone systems, you can actually have AI agents sound like you, make phone calls. You can train them based on you, and they can think and behave like you, so that the audience will get all your life force without it being you. Yeah, that's what people who who are working on their businesses are doing. You are busy designing the outfit yourself. You are working in your business. You are busy refining the product yourself. You are working in your business. You are busy contacting all your customers and making sure that you are working in your business. The easiest way to think about it, if you fulfill a role that you would hire somebody else to do and pay them, then you are not working on your business per se, you are working in your business. When you are working in the overarching roles, the ones that would require maybe somebody very technical, very skilled to come do, and you pay them at premium. Now, those are the things that you do when you are working on your business. And that is the place you really want to be by default. You want to be working on it, to grow it, to extend it, to build it. That's what you want to do. Working on it is to your advantage. So people would say to me, oh, I'm working on it. No, the fact that you use that expression doesn't mean that you are actually working on it. A lot of the time, you are working in it. So, Kesite, I have a question. Are you currently working in your situation or working on your situation? Your marriage sucks. When you are working in your marriage, you are here doing all the things to try and keep the peace. You are not tackling the actual issues head on. You are doing the mundane activities of being part of a couple. You are working in your marriage. When you are working on your marriage, you tackle the overarching issues. You bring the elephant to the room. You force it. And you bring the elephant to the room. And you bring it to the table for conversations. When you are working on your marriage, again, I get that a lot with people who are trying to repair their marriage. They are working in the marriage and don't understand why what they are doing in the marriage doesn't seem to be getting the restorative effect that people say that working on your marriage should get, because working in your marriage is not the same as working on your marriage. Working on your marriage will require confronting the frailties of your marriage in the first place. It will require you to be honest and sincere about the things that you can't tolerate in the marriage. It will require that you come out and tell your spouse exactly how you feel, honestly, sincerely, about things. And it will require you to put boundaries in about certain things that are non-negotiables. You don't quietly go to maintain the peace. That is working in the marriage. That doesn't get you the strategic outcomes that a lot of us are after. Whatever it is that you are doing, I ask you this morning, are you working in it? Or are you working on it? If you are in the luxurious position of being able to type your comments, please do. The app sometimes doesn't let me see all the comments, but when I end the feed, I will see the comments and I will respond. That reminds me, I am selling a house. It's not for rent. So the house I put out is not for rent. I've had a lot of inquiries about rent. I don't have the time nor the patience to do rent. I actually do want to dispose of it. I'm looking to sell it outright. It is an estate house. We bought it 2017. It was built brand new. And in fact, we went summer 2017, 18, I think 19 as well. But then COVID happened, so we didn't go for a while. The last year, we refurbed another house and we used. So this one has not even had any action for 2 years. That house has barely seen any action in the time we have owned it. And yeah, my husband and I are the only owners, and nobody lives in it when we are not there. So you can expect almost a brand new facility. Yep, there are things with the outside, like the weather and its effect on paint, that is inevitable, but that's a very simple fix. A lick of paint is not an issue. So if you are interested in buying my house in GHS Housing Kuntunsi, if you don't know where that is, you probably are not in the location to be able to buy the house, so don't worry. Or those of you who live abroad and are considering going to buy a property in Ghana, if you are looking for a 2-bed, 2-bath, detached, expandable, then this is your thing. Please get in touch with me. Let me know your interest, and please only serious inquiries. All right. I know some of you are just looking for conversation, but to be perfectly honest, sending me random messages around a property I'm selling will not get you the attention you are after. It will only irritate me. When you hide an inquiry you should pay for behind an inquiry about a house that you don't intend to buy, it doesn't send a positive message. It genuinely doesn't. Anyway, let's be talking, and let's see if I can send this to you and yours to keep, to cherish and enjoy the way we have enjoyed it, my family and I. Anyway, to work on things is to execute on strategy. Is to remove yourself from the firefighting into strategic attack. Firefighting is a pointless exercise. It uses your energy to chase the fire, and whilst the wind blows, the fire spreads, and it's always a frantic dash. Strategy is better. Preempting to prevent is much better. Situating in advance, much better. Ensuring things happen that will lead you to long-term gain. That's where you want to be. And remember, these conversations, they are not me rambling on to you in hindsight of progress that I have made and moved off. I am sharing these things with you as things that I need to be discussing for me and the progress that I'm still pursuing. So yeah, I decided that I was going to take myself off. Yeah, there are elements of my business that still require me to do some things. Yesterday, I could have spent the whole day filming, but I had to decide I have enough film on record to be able to do things. What was important was not filming yesterday and editing myself. So I actually came up to a happy medium. I filmed a few pieces and I had my son edit for me. He's a good editor. He runs his own channel anyway, so that's not an issue. He didn't need me and my fingers in it to edit. It would still be a great edit without my involvement. So I let him do the editing whilst I went to sit down to go look at the assets that I want to own, the assets that are strategic for me to develop. And I spent some of my time signing up to a thing that I had been talking about for a long time, getting in to go and learn how to do that, and then eventually figuring out a few things that I was interested in. I'm very happy with the progress I have made. It's exposed another side of things that I need to understand, and I'm going to go and work on. Yeah. my time should be better spent focusing on these things that will help me automate systems than to waste it on recording video footage right now. Between these two priorities, the more important one should be the strategic one that requires me to use my thinking to do the part of my business that I can't delegate, and to delegate the other parts and let other people do those for me on my behalf. That is the key thing. And hopefully my rambling ons help you also to understand what you need to do, the priorities you need to place, because there's always going to be competing priorities on a progressive agenda. Those who have unlimited resources probably don't need to discuss what I'm discussing with you. These conversations I have are for people like me who don't have unlimited resources, people like me who need to make the most of limited resources, who need strategy as a significant thing to influence outcomes. If you are one of those people and you see my feed, welcome. You are home. You are home. Those of you who are lucky in those positions, well, you need to teach us how you got so lucky. That's another thing I've realized. Luck has a different definition for me now. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. That's a brand new definition for me. Previously, luck was when something was granted unto me. Nope. I wanted luck to be a completed process. I wanted to be the recipient of this finished luck. It's taken me a lot of time. It's taken me a lot of introspection to understand that luck has a component that is to do with preparation. I still have to be active doing certain things in order to enjoy some luck. Have you come to those conclusions yourself too? Have you realized this? Or are you still blissfully ignorant of this new definition of luck? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Opportunity should come and find you completely prepared. Luck is where a person walks into a room and you meet a decision maker, but you do have a copy of your profile, of your portfolio of work to hand, and you can show the person. That's luck. Meeting the CEO, I have met big people in my life, and it has changed nothing in some situations because the preparation that was required to capitalize was not quite done. And so, yeah, I did meet those people. Yeah, those people did have the capacity to change so much, but no, very little changed because the preparation was inadequate. The preparation that should have been done was not done. In a second. Yeah. It's beautiful when in this place you find the occasional security who already knows that I am staff and doesn't need me to show my grandmother's fingernails before they would let me into the building. Anyhow, I greet you. I trust you are well. I hope and pray that our conversations serve you as much as they serve me. I hope that these ramblings on that help me to refine my thinking, to alter my position, also have similar effects on you. has done this ridiculous barking. Yes. Assalamu alaikum is what I'm going to say to you. May the peace of the Lord be with you. Today, I have a hectic day. It's a very busy teaching day for me. But I'm very excited, in fact, because, see, in this program, on my teaching days, I have my high impact days. When I'm teaching, I'm able to work on mindset. So just as I attempt to affect your mindset and your thinking on these videos that I have with you, that is my new life mission. So that's a life, not new. That's my life mandate. Wherever I find myself. And it's what excites me about the possibilities that I have been presented with on this journey. Let me love you and leave you. Let me go and do my duty. I will probably be back on in the early evening because I will not get that many breaks. So see ya. And if you send me messages in the inbox, be patient and wait for me to be able to get to you. Okay? All right. Bye, dear.